Hello and welcome to the Random Pinoy Geek Podcast, the show where we geek out to 3 random topics until the timer runs out. I'm your random host JR, and with me are
Sushi
and Elvin.
We're friends and geeks who grew up in the Philippines, and in each episode we hang out and talk about things that are near and dear to all our little geeky hearts. But before we start, if you would like to support the show and are a content creator ready to take the next step in your journey, check out episodify.com. They'll help produce and edit any content you're creating, whether it's audio or video, short form or long form, they do it all. That's episodify.com. Now on to the episode. Today, I would like to talk about podcasting, which is, wow, that's super random. We totally would have not
that's
thought
so
of
meta.
podcasting.
That's so meta.
Yeah.
Are we in a podcast now? Yes, we are.
No.
surprisingly.
Surprisingly. Is this real?
Is this real or is this a podcast?
No, but like, what was the first podcast you guys ever
Listen
listened
to?
that you remember?
Wow.
Wow.
For me, it was during my time in Cebu. So I was alone, missing my friends.
Oh.
Yeah, and I said
You're
I
so
wanted to
far.
far away, but I wanted to listen to like a podcast that reminded me of my friends, and I came across something called
Oh,
Super.
so that's why you listen to all the geek podcasts. So
Back in the day, it's like
Yeah.
super, because particularly the ones that sound like you hanging out with your friends.
I wonder if the people listening to us are our friends. Oh.
Oh, yeah, let's milk that parasocial thing. Parasocial, yeah. Anyway, that's fun.
Hello and welcome, friends, to the Random Geek Podcast.
But it was a Super Best Friends podcast, which was like this offshoot of
Wait,
a
so
Let's
you were-
Play.
So you were looking for a podcast that sounded like your friends, and
It just so happened
super best friends.
The name of the podcast was the Super Best Friends podcast.
So you didn't actually search podcast friends.
No, it's just I watched the Let's Play. So the Let's Play of
Mm.
Super Best Friends play was
Which was
Pat-
what? Board
it's
games?
No, it's video games.
Mm.
So it's like Pat and Matt. Pat was the angry
So
one.
it's Matt.
Wait. I'm
Yeah.
kind of confused. You watched
It was a Let's
it's
Play first.
video.
Then they started a podcast
Ah,
afterwards.
I see.
And they added Wooly and Liam. So it's like Pat, Matt, Wooly, and Liam. 4 Canadians that were talking about games, fighting games, RPGs, what have you.
Mm.
Usually it was in the vein of video games, but they sometimes delve into other forms of geekery. Wrestling at one point. They also did other geeky topics, but generally just life in Canada, being like a Canadian geek. And for some reason, it resonated with me. And it's like, hey, this sounds like people, because they do a lot of the things that we do.
Oh,
Sounds
this
like-
podcast sounds
sounds
like
like
people.
My people, like sounds like my
Alright.
people, and it's very similar to the type of humor that me and my friends enjoy. So they have weird topics like professional wrestling and mythology, and so the type of tangents that they have was really something that I enjoyed. And that's like the start of that. Then the other podcast started. But what about you guys?
I'm kind of confused. So what's really the difference between podcast
Well,
and radio shows?
Let's define
yeah,
what
let's
podcast is, which is actually a bit. It's actually, here's the thing. So podcast by definition is anything that goes through an RSS feed. So you're both computer people, RSS feed, yes, no,
Mhm.
RSS feed. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I thought that it's kind of a misnomer now since podcasts don't go through RSS
feed
anymore.
Anymore,
Yeah.
But apparently they still do. I didn't know
They-
until
Also,
we
we-
did
we-
this podcast.
We still have RSS
You-
feeds
you
in
actually
browsers.
you actually put this in an RSS thing that you
Uh-huh.
link to your Spotify, your Apple Music. So
Ah.
it is actually RSS,
still
and your
RSS.
Spotify and Apple and everything act like your browser.
Ah, I see.
So it's still a misnomer for
Medium,
some.
yeah.
Like in YouTube, like a YouTube podcast is a misnomer.
Mhm.
But like podcast like this one, you're actually listening to this through RSS. which is yeah. So by definition, a podcast is something like a episodic thing through RSS. So it's
Well,
I don't know what RSS stands for. Sushi.
Well, we can Google.
No, anyway, while she does that, yeah, it's basically like it pings you every week that you have something new.
yeah, for me it just says if it says podcasts in the title, I say
That's
it's
a podcast. Yeah,
that's a
but like no,
podcast.
but because
'Cause-
Sushi was asking what it was by definition.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
we,
I
we,
wouldn't
we've,
really
we've
know.
also made podcasts that are technically not podcasts. So yeah.
Yeah.
well, I guess podcasts are through the web. Radio is through
These-
radio
Because
frequencies.
radio, because radio can be
Technically?
on the web also.
Yeah, there's
NPR
yeah,
and
it was
stuff.
web radio. Sirius XM sponsor us. Um,
Oh,
uh,
like they just speak very slowly. They have this monotone and they whisper into the microphone. And they
Sirius?
say, no, not serious. This is NPR.
NPR. Yeah, yeah.
NPR. Yes,
They have
the
tiny desks.
Yes, very very small desks. They listen to strange things.
But
The-
are they
this is-
stranger?
They're sometimes stranger than fiction. This is brought to you by some other sponsor or corporate overlord that wants National Public Radio to be under their thumb.
Wait, does NPR sound like that? In
Yeah. That's why it's called an NPR voice. So when people like talk really, really softly and very slowly and very much into the microphone, like I'm doing right now, that's kind of like it's like the beginnings of ASMR. It's like ASMR. It's like pre ASMR ASMR.
I got curious. What does NPR stand for? So
National Public Radio. You mean
yeah, it does.
Is
Tiny
National
Desk
Public-
Nation. I don't know. That's
Yeah, they have that.
that's well right now. That's what people know them for.
The one that was most famous when I was listening back then was like This American Life. It was just him talking about like different phenomena or different things of American culture. But yeah, podcasts have been, especially if you have like a long commute. Podcast is a thing that's really, really convenient because you don't have to watch video and just stick it
Yeah, I
in your
think
ear.
most podcast listeners are people who do manual labor ish jobs.
Yeah.
Because those guys can just listen to 3 episodes of like an actual play, like Crit Role in a day, which is, yeah.
For actual plays, besides Critical Role, the first one I listened to actually was RPG MP3.
Is that a podcast?
Yeah, I think so. It's a very
RPG
MP3. It's
Okay.
that old.
There's actually a ton of D&D actual play podcasts, like a lot, that are not as produced because it's super expensive to. Because you need to understand, a D&D actual play podcast is 6 people, which means 6 times the amount of gear
Yeah.
and 6 times the amount of
Exactly.
editing. Like this podcast is, no editing. No kidding. Of course, we edit the toot out of this podcast, but yeah.
Well, for the RPG MP3 one, the main reason why I think that it had a really good appeal, at least for me, was the dungeon master was British, so everything sounded nice.
So everything sounded like every NPC sounded like they had a PhD.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he also does voices. So they had a goblin there called Splug.
And he was also British.
Well, it's like a little like cutesy voice.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
so-
that's your thing, then just listen to British podcasts.
Well, the thing is, there's like a difference
Maybe
between
not the
like
Cockney
RPG,
ones, but
but
Mm.
the interesting thing about that specific podcast was because they were British, it like made the NPCs a little bit nicer to listen to, and then they translated later on into a actual play of Call of Cthulhu, and they did the entire
the monster sounded nice to listen to.
not necessarily, but
I'm gonna kill you.
no, it wasn't that, but rather it sounded like the 1920s radio play, like the Arctic Discovery and all those types of things.
But that's American right there.
Transatlantic accent,
Hey,
yeah.
sir, let me kill you, sir.
So they're really telling a story in that
Yeah, it's like a
podcast.
radio play style.
Yeah, because
podcast.
a lot of podcasts are actually radio dramas, like proper. For those of you in the Philippines who were alive in the 90s, if you remember,
Or 80s.
Gabi ng lagim,
Or even the 80s. Like I remember my
I
grandmother.
mean, we're assuming that people like who are old in the 80s don't listen to
Because there's this
this
specific
podcast,
music.
but yeah.
There's specific music that plays. What are you doing? I'm gonna leave you. Dun
Dun,
dun
dun,
dun.
No, the one I really like
there's a
is
music that plays. I
Yeah.
can't remember that.
the one I remember me liking is
It's like a piano thing.
I think it's a local version of the Lone Ranger. Yeah, like a localized. I mean, I don't know.
The
Maybe this
music
was
or-
unique to our island, but there was.
Mhm.
And when there were horses, there's this guy going.
Oh, using his voice.
Using his
Not props. Okay. And this was on the radio.
This was on the radio
Okay.
because my grandmother listened to radio. So I don't remember the context. Obviously, this is before internet, so like I would go to her at night and she would be listening to radio dramas and stuff.
That sounds better rather than the typical radio dramas where they have fights, cat fights.
And then they have like lightning and thunder.
Yes.
We can make it radio drama. We don't even need story vlogs for that. Sponsor us.
The very beginning of the proper podcast was that I wanted to hear or listen to people that talk like my friends. And so that was something that really, really appealed.
I get the same from YouTube actually. Like when I watch like D&D shows, camera shows, gear shows.
Because it's like them explaining to you. It's like, oh, hey,
Yeah, because
This is what I'm
like
doing
for
this
me,
time.
I'm a audio gear nerd, and it's like I don't really get to talk to people who can understand what the difference is between this kind of transformer and this kind of transformer. Not
Explain.
Decepticons and Autobots. I mean, like coil wound transformers. Who
when I
change
was
the
a
sound.
kid, I was really upset because my dad said he bought a transformer and I searched the entire
It's-
house for a toy. I was like, where's the transformer? Dad brought the transformer
no
home.
one- 110 volts.
And then he's just like, it's not transformer. And I tried fiddling it. It's like it's not transforming.
in your eyes. It
Yeah,
does.
that was the worst transformer.
Transformers.
Voltron, the transformer, because he changes volts. That was
Sure, maybe that's where they got the idea to name Voltron.
It's true.
He is named Voltron with a V, not a bolt, not B.
Voltron, because it's
interesting.
volting together, right?
Because let's.
Volt.
What does
That's Voltus 5 though.
Voltus 5 is also volting in?
Yes, because it's like voltage.
Because there's, I guess.
but
and
even
then
the
there's
word is
Voltron.
volting. But yeah,
Or is there really actually a word? Volting?
no. Vaulting is to jump over, like your
No, that's
pole vaulter.
vaulting, I think.
Uh,
Or is
vaulting.
this-
VAULT vault, not
Yeah.
VOLT.
I think what they're saying in Voltus 5 is they're saying,
They're saying our name is Voltus 5.
yeah, oh, let's
Vault.
vault together.
Let's Voltus 5
Let's
in.
vault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If
So
they're-
podcast.
yeah. So, but podcasts like have this wide variety of different topics. That we do
What's the
listen
most
to.
famous podcast now? Is it definitively
Rogan.
Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan, I think, is the
Yeah,
one
because
that has the
he gets like crazy people and
it's just like I think
cool people as well.
it's interesting topics. My favorite Joe Rogan episodes are the ones where he talks about weird stuff and then he is, hey, show him this weird thing of a bear eating another man. Ah, look at that, such a bear so big. So no, that's
He's
Joe,
the
that's
true
Joe Rogan.
random
That's-
person.
No, but Joe Rogan's like, meat. I love meat.
I mean, it also helps that like he has an episode where he gets high with Elon Musk.
Yeah,
and,
well,
stuff like that.
They're it's very the appeal for Joe Rogan is it's very sincere.
Because he just gets pissed when he wants.
Yeah. Well, not just pissed, but he's enthusiastic about the things that he's enthusiastic about, and he also listens really well.
It also helps that he's a comedian and
exactly.
everything else, right? Yeah.
With-
A lot of people actually don't know anymore that he's a comedian.
A comedian.
He's also
a
not
martial
Too
artist.
funny. I mean,
Martial
he
artist?
is, but
He's a martial artist.
because he hosted UFC, right?
When he was younger, he was also a competitive martial artist.
He can tickle fight you to death. Anyway, podcast. Our takeaway is listen to them. Listen to this one. Don't listen to anything else. Listen to this one. No kidding.
Well, listen to ours, then listen to the others, and then talk about how you like ours compared to the others, and how you like the others compared to ours too.
Specifically, listen to How Not to DM, our friend podcast who Hana to DM is a podcast about dungeon
Or every
mastering
week.
for every geek.
Every week he brings on another
Well,
person.
Every week, yeah, another person, famous person. You have your Robert Hartley's, blah blah blah. Everyone, every cool DM, including me, was there. So check it out. I'll link you to my episode. Yeah. So Sushi, where we at?
All right. Well, in the spirit of random Pinoy Geek podcast, I guess with randomness, I'd like to talk about gacha. Like gacha machines.
Oh wow.
Gacha games.
The gacha mechanic itself.
Gacha mechanic.
Do you know where the
So
word gacha
gambling.
came from?
Gachapon?
That's my guess, but I don't know. Do you?
We can Google. But I think Ooh.
Yeah, that's tin cans falling every time you are near.
I
think that's it.
Yeah, I think it really came from Gachapon from Japan.
It's actually gacha.
Gachapon.
Yeah. So it's technically gacha games, not gacha.
Oh, so it's a machine, I guess. Well, Google says it's an onomatopeia made out of two sounds, gasha, for the turning of a crank on a toy vending machine. So when you
wait. Gacha.
Because Japanese
yeah, right.
Japanese
Gacha.
onomatopoeias are very strange. Like
Gacha.
gacha, gacha, gacha,
Gacha.
pon. Gacha,
Oh.
gacha, pon.
Pon.
Wait, that's patapon.
That too. Yeah. But yeah, so what about gachapon?
Well,
Or
did
gacha
you
mechanic?
gacha pan.
have you guys bought from gachapons
Yeah, in
or
Japan.
played?
It's gashapons are unavoidable in Japan.
In Japan?
Like literally unavoidable.
But
you
honestly-
get up the plane in the
the
stairs, in the tube. No kidding.
Well,
no, but yeah, in the airport they have
it-
it.
They do
it's
have
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Okay. Wow.
As a kid,
In the
though,
bathroom,
as a
in
kid,
the bathroom, you buy toilet
buy-
paper. It's like gashapon. No,
Oh,
no kidding.
actually, here in the Philippines, right? You insert a coin and you crank.
you crank it.
You
Yeah.
crank it.
But-
So
But the thing with gachapon,
Gacha.
or when I was a kid, there was in Green Hills, there's this chicken. Okay.
What?
So there's this
Chicken?
chicken. I don't know if it's a real
Wait, you
chicken or
feed
not.
it coins and it lays eggs.
You put
and-
the coin in the machine, and then an egg would fall down.
oh, an actual
that's
chicken machine.
It's a machine. No,
I
it's
think I
not.
know. I
It's
think
like,
I know about
It's like
this
a
one.
glass case
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a chicken
I think
inside.
I vaguely remember this
Right?
in Vera Mall.
Vera Mall, exactly.
yeah.
Yes, Green Hills Vera Mall. There's like a glass container. There's a
Uh-huh.
chicken inside, and then you put the money in, and then an egg comes out, and then you open it. There's like a little toy
Toy.
inside.
That's the Philippine ripoff of Gashapon. Yeah.
the first gachapon machine I remember were bubblegum machines, right?
I mean, that's not technically a Gashapon.
Well, yeah.
But that's I think that's just a vending machine.
Vending machine.
Gasha,
But it-
Gasha.
you get random.
I'm still trying to make.
Bubblegum
I'm
colors.
still trying to make the sound. Gasha. Gasha.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha,
Gotcha. I mean, I guess.
gotcha.
I mean, it's better than bark. I don't know. It's definitely better than kakadoodle doo.
Better than Kero Kero.
Oh, Kero Kero B is a frog. thing?
Frog. Kero Kero.
Kero is
Kero.
the sound of the frog. Kero
Frog.
kero.
Kero.
Or maybe
Is
Kero.
it?
or it's better than Gollum.
The
Gollum.
Golom.
Gollum is the sound that he makes when he's swallowing.
Oh, when he
Gulum?
coughs.
Yes, when he
Yeah,
columns.
when
That's
he
why
coughs.
that's why he's called Gollum, because
Wait, again. When he what?
when he coughs, the sound that Gollum makes,
Show us.
I don't want to ruin the equipment, but it's like
There you go. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe you know. The Pinoy
Jesus.
we shifted we
Yes.
quickly shifted to gashapons to onomatopoeias. The Pinoy ones are ace though. Like tiktilao. Right? I mean kakadoodle doo.
It
What the
does
hell?
sound tiktilak though.
there is
Coca.
there's a thing that my mom.
Here's one. Toko.
No. This is my mom's the thing growing up. This is my mom's onomatopoeia. That whenever I hear it, my mom is the first one I think of. Shukating tong. Shukating tong. Guess where that comes from?
Shakating.
Because my mom used to, after work, she'd start playing
Shingaling.
No, she'd start after
That's also
work.
food.
She'd play Family Computer, and that's the sound that when he
I'm
dies
trying to wait.
in
Wait.
Shikating dong.
What
Wait, wait.
game?
I'm trying to
Adventure Island.
No,
Is it-
damn it! I was trying to guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Shikating tong. It's like
Yeah.
whenever she dies in the game, that's just shikating tong. Because there's like this at the beginning, but for gachas, the sounds like it turns is the same for other machines. So I guess it makes sense.
Wait, what other machines?
Like the
tissue
one for
machine.
gums, like for tissue, for gum.
I still don't get it.
Anytime it's
Gasha.
coin operated.
When you insert the coin and then
Exactly.
Is it
exactly.
ga and then,
and then
sha?
when you
Gacha.
No, because you turn it like 5 times, right?
gosh,
Gasha.
I still don't. What's the pon? Pon?
It's the
when
thing
the
when it falls
item
down.
drops,
When the
yeah.
item drops, it's a pon.
It should be Gacha Plook.
No, it's round, so it's a pon. When it breaks, it's a pla.
Gacha Plook.
Gacha Plook.
That's a failure. That's a failure of gachapon design if it's a pla. But I think Japan has
It's Gacha Plook.
yeah, if it falls down. That means you designed it too high, and so the egg falls down and it's a plok.
When you're pooping, it's Gacha Plook.
And then when there's a sweat drop, it's the gacha plop.
I'll one day make like a local version of Gachapons. It's a Gacha Plook. You'll see it in malls.
A jaka plak. You gacha
Well, there
plak.
is
Yeah.
a newly opened gacha store here in the Philippines. It's
Like
an
a gachapon store?
Yes, it is an official gachapon store
Oh wow.
here
Isn't
in the
that just
Philippines. So
Isn't that
can.
just Toy Kingdom? Toy Kingdom is just like a
Yeah, no, quite.
No,
yeah,
no.
Toy Kingdom has a few, but like Green Hills has a lot. But what's this one, Sushi?
wait, I'm finding the news. So it's a Bandai gachapon store in
Also, it's
Taguig.
by Bamki.
Yeah,
Bamki.
it's in
sponsors us.
BGC. So
So it's expensive.
and it's Bandai. Mitsukoshi Mall in
Oh,
Taguig.
Mitsukoshi. Okay.
Mitsukoshi is expensive mall.
Yeah, it's
There you
really
go.
expensive.
So you can
Yeah.
put your gacha
Like literally,
machine
people are
there.
going to that place. It's like, hey, let's go to someplace fancy. Let's go to that mall, Mitsukoshi.
I think my dog has been there.
Your dog.
Your dog. Okay,
Your dog.
Without me,
you.
went there.
it's like
Went
wow.
home and like, where you
That's a long commute for that dog. It's
I
gonna
was
be
like,
hard.
where did you come from? Hi,
Did-
Dad. I came from Mitsukoshi.
why does your
That's
dog's-
Hammy. There's a skit with two corgis, Hammy and
Oh,
Olivia,
okay.
and they talk like this.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So yeah,
Corgis
It's
always have a very different voice to me.
that's their voice now.
No, because that sounds much bigger than the corgi. Corgi's like such a
but
small.
it's viral.
It's like a
so,
sound like Weasley.
but like he has
It's
like,
their panic voice.
but he has
I
like
guess.
50 million
Maybe.
followers, so that's the voice now.
But in
And
for
you-
a gachapon, like it has to be based on like what you're getting, right? Like if it's a show that you like, then you'd like
Yeah.
put money into
I
hopefully getting
actually
something.
like those ones I'm pointing to Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Those are
the
gachapons.
heads.
No, the one the tall Jack Skellington,
Really?
the Lock, Shock, and Barrel trio. You get one of them, so you get Lock, Shock, and then Barrel. Those are 3 gachapons, and then you combine them. Yeah, those are gachapons.
You're so lucky. You got them all.
I got
Like,
everyone. So like I
No
doubled.
duplicates.
No, I
Oh.
had 2 Jacks or something, which is fine. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's from Japan.
No,
Or
from
Phil-
Toy
Kingdom.
Kingdom. Toy Kingdom. No, I remember this because this was my first year working ever.
Mhm.
No, not my. This is after Jollibee days. This is my first year working in corporate, and then we had a Christmas party, and
Oh,
then the
yeah.
exchange gift budget was 300,
Yeah.
and like,
Oh.
cool, 2 gashapons. So I got someone to buy 2 of them, and then yeah,
Gosh, remember back in the day when gachapons were like you'd get 2 gachapons for what's that? $300?
yeah, 150 each. How much is the one now?
I think it's like 400 or 500 pesos.
In Toy Kingdom.
Isn't it?
Probably 3. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's not 150.
No,
Does it
not 150
maybe
anymore.
depends on what the
Yeah, it always depends because
Alright.
It always
it's
depends,
it's
mostly.
basically 50 pesos or 100 pesos per coin,
Mhm.
which you buy from them, and it's like 6 coins, 4
alright.
coins. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, 6 coins is normal now.
That's a terrible thing for like arcades. Do you remember back in the day where there's like the arcade machines that have like a lot of coins? That's terrible.
Oh,
I
you're the
ho-
one that you put
You have to
coins
put in
get
like
coins.
7
The
coins,
pushing
and then it's kind of like that meme from Simpsons where Milhouse is playing Waterworld. Insert
Yeah, yeah,
30 tokens.
Yeah,
then
I
he
mean,
walks.
I played in
The game
cheap.
over.
I played in cheap arcades where the
Yeah.
maximum was like 2 coins. so-
Exactly. That's the normal. But yeah, for Gachapon to have like 6, that's painful.
Or maybe the coins are 100 now and it's just 3.
Just 3.
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Or 2
just,
or
just
3.
so many turns.
No, because you need the
Gotcha.
50.
Gotcha.
Because you need the 50.
I guess.
also
So it can be 150. Because if you do increments of 100.
Or maybe 3 coins. Yeah, that might makes a lot more sense then.
then.
Is there a Gachapon that does that like the one in Time Zone where there's like a card that you tap or swipe? Is there a
No.
Gachapon
then
like
it
that?
won't
No official one.
make
It won't
the
gacha.
gacha
No, there's
sound.
a-
It
no,
won't
there-
make the
There's just they pay, I don't know, Puffy Amiyumi to say Gachapon.
And then just swipe it.
Hatsune Miku
Yeah,
saying
they-
Gachapon.
and
But the ones in Japan actually just look like the ones here, the white ones that they stack too high.
the ones that are in Toy Kingdom.
Yeah. Those are they're bigger ones, but like there would be random streets in Japan where the whole wall is just gashapon, like
Yeah.
out in the open. Because what you use in Japan are actual coins.
Their currency.
Yeah, they're actual
yeah.
currency. Yeah,
like 500.
there would be
coins.
ones that are toys, religious items,
Ah, I see.
Yes. Adult
hair.
materials.
adult-
What? Hair?
Yeah, like hair of famous people.
Oh, what?
Yeah, seriously, that's a thing.
Japan is strange.
Japan is strange.
Newsflash.
Do they use it for voodoo?
I don't think so.
Dude,
It's more
does
of like
Japan
it's more of
have-
like a devotion thing. I
collect
guess.
collect.
They build a sanctuary for
Yes,
Yeah.
like a shrine.
the shrine.
Shrine. Ancestor worship.
Oh.
Taylor Swift.
Oh.
I don't think Taylor Swift would have a gacha hair. It's too
You wouldn't.
expensive.
Yeah, you
1
wouldn't allow
million
it.
per coin. I
Yeah.
don't know, yeah. And it's funny because it's like gashapon, ramen vending machine.
Oh, I was gonna ask, do they have food? The gacha food?
Yeah. No. Food
well-
is not gasha. Food is vending machine. So it's usually
Yeah,
a lot of
you press.
gashapons and then a
Mhm.
lot of vending machines.
Yeah, because anytime that Japan can eliminate a person talking to another
Eliminate
person
a
to
person,
do
period.
no, well, to eliminate a person talking to another person, Japan's
Okay,
gonna do that.
yeah.
They're the
So-
true introverts.
Exactly. It's like,
of the world.
okay, we can have a person talk to another person to make an order, or you'll just give him a stub and then walk away without
Oh yeah,
speaking.
we went to a ramen restaurant,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but the way you pay is there's a vending machine up front. You order there
yeah.
and you get a slip
Yeah.
telling the guy what you. So you get a slip with your order. So you walk up to the counter and give the slip, no talking.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
How do you pay? You pay in the machine.
You
in
pay
the
in the
vending
machine, the
Ah.
Yeah. So it's like no talking.
Actually,
And then how
even-
do they serve it to you?
You get those BP the ones that what has that Starbucks
Yeah,
the thing that
It's
beeps.
a thing that
Okay.
yeah,
Oh wait,
that
is it?
vibrates.
It's either that or someone serves it to you. I forgot, but yeah.
More
Either
recently,
way,
they have like robots.
no one needs to talk to anyone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
And I think that's the same thing with Gachapan. You want children, you want to like make your children fun, like put this machine in. It teaches them how to turn things.
yeah. Oh, I have a funny story with that specific vending machine because we went there with my sister's family, nephews, etc. Right, so we were. It was our first time in Japan. The first time we did that, and it was like we were. I forgot the thing. It was like, so how many sodas? 5. Okay, and then we were dropping coins. 1, 2, like all of us together, like
Mhm.
8 people, and then the Japanese people in line with us were counting with us. 3, 4, and then like 10. Yay! And everyone clapped. And like my nephew was like, just Japan is so awesome. Yeah, because like the people who were in line
They
Behind us,
participated
and were genuinely happy.
for your nephew.
Oh, these foreigners, happy.
Happy.
Yeah, so it's
That's
fun.
really cool.
It's a fun. It's one of the more. It's more fun than Disneyland.
But at the same time, you should remember.
What's your
like,
favorite Japanese experience? Ramen
Gacha
vending
Plook.
machine.
Oh, the ramen veg machine.
Well, there you have it. I guess my takeaway here is that gacha
you
comes from
you were
the
going
word-
to Gacha games, but never even got there. You
Well,
can
we
do it
got
another
to
day.
what is that word?
Gacha Plook.
Onomatopeia.
Onomatopeia.
So it came from the
Titao.
cranking sound. Kero, kero.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's my topic.
Okay.
Elvin.
For my topic, I want to find out if you guys know or have heard of something called Kaleve Pisupo.
No,
Kalib
haven't
in me.
heard.
What?
Kaleve
Again?
Pisupo.
Wait, let me guess.
I'm
Let me
but-
guess.
Is that
butchering that.
French?
Wait, let me.
Again,
let's
again,
both
again,
try.
again.
Are you trying to guess? Guess?
Again.
Do you want us to
Kaleve
guess?
Pisupo. Well, yeah, I want to guess.
It's soup.
And then
Is
we'll
it
talk.
soup?
Close.
Is
It's
it
a food. It's a food. Yeah.
What? Wait.
Again? Sorry.
Are you
Kaleve-
pronouncing it right?
I'm pronouncing it terribly. So I'm just saying.
Are you pronouncing it relatively close?
Okay, I'll try to pronounce it like a person that from
One
that
more.
place would say it. Kaleve Pisupo.
This doesn't help.
I know it doesn't help, but it's it's
Is it-
terrible.
Ice cream?
No, it's actually the opposite
Sauce?
of salt. Okay,
Sauce?
so Kaleve,
So wait, supo is what?
Kaleve Pisupo apparently is Samoan for pea soup, but it's not pea soup.
Someone?
Samoan.
Ah, Samoan.
I actually thought it was French for some reason.
Same.
maybe. It was like-
Italian.
But it's pea soup, and it's but
Oh,
it's
so
not
it is soup.
it's not soup. Okay, it's called pea soup, but what it is corned beef gravy on rice.
Oh.
So
Wait. Corned beef gravy,
Gravy.
meaning it's gravy with actual pieces of corned beef, or
Yes.
it's the
So,
corned beef's
I will
fat turned into gravy.
I will tell you what happens. So you
Alright.
start out, you get some oil, you cook some garlic and onion in it.
Wait,
and-
let me go back. It's you put some oil.
Yeah.
I'm
Then-
visualizing it.
And then you put garlic and onion
Okay.
in that oil until
Chopped.
yeah, of course, until it's like until it's cooked. You know,
minced.
Mint.
yeah. Well, it's minced. It's already minced, but
So
it's
stir
cooked.
fry,
You
yeah,
see-
okay, yeah,
until
cool.
it's cooked. It's
You're gonna
tender.
cook
It's
it?
shimmer.
Uh-huh.
So it's
It's
like our
shiny.
corned beef.
Then
Do
you
not cook your corned
Then
beef like
you put
this?
flour.
Huh?
Then you
Oh,
put
yeah,
flour
alright.
because you're
Okay.
making a roux. Then you put chicken stock or beef stock or
Okay.
pork
And
stock, and then a little bit of cream. Then you put the corned beef. Then
So
you mix
don't
it
fry
into
the corned beef.
no,
first. Okay,
it's not.
mhm,
And then
mhm, you don't
it
brown.
turns it into a gravy that has
Mhm,
lots of corned beef in it. Then you put it on top of rice. It's a Samoan like
I mean,
traditional dish apparently.
And then you can put
what oil do they
cabbage.
use?
Cabbage.
Coconut
Just,
oil?
just normal oil, like
I mean,
not
coconut?
neutral oil. I think it's just neutral oil. You can use coconut oil.
I
You
mean,
can
I
use
assume
palm
there's
oil.
coconuts there.
Palm oil, whatever. It's like just a neutral oil. I think that what they use.
But yeah,
Yeah.
not like olive oil or whatever. Yeah, anyway,
It
yeah.
doesn't have to be olive oil. But the idea is like, have you guys ever had something like super basic like that just sort of makes your heart like come alive? Like something that
Come alive.
Yeah,
So
well,
you've
if-
eaten
Corned
this
beef.
dish.
I didn't know that's what it was called. But
Ah.
as a kid, I did that
Oh,
all
you
the
had that
time.
here.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Is it soupy? I mean, what's the
No, but I make
consistency?
I make
Gravy. It's
it
like
I make
gravy.
it
It's like
drier.
gravy?
So I don't put a lot of no, I do make the roux.
stock.
I don't put a lot of stock. I make it until it's like really, really thick.
How do you get stock? By
Just
boiling Nor cubes?
Nor cubes.
Nor.
Mhm.
If
Sorry.
you're listening.
Yeah, sponsor us. But yeah, just bouillon. Just bouillon
This is
cubes
like
and
every
like hot water.
Every time Joshua Wiseman or something like, oh, you can save the chicken stock. Or, Nor cubes, bitch.
Yeah. So when you have something like that, it's just something that I enjoy. The only difference I think that I had with them is that I make it on top of garlic rice, but they had
Mm.
like plain rice.
But they already have garlic in the thing, right?
Yes, and then
And then but you also have garlic.
He
in
loves
yes,
garlic.
yes,
it.
of course. Why would you not have?
Justifiable.
And of
Who
course-
doesn't? Vampires, but
Also, fried egg.
So
Yeah.
that's the final touch.
Yes,
a fried
that's final touch.
egg
the fried-
on top.
is it the
Mm.
Rodix style fried egg?
Kinda. Well,
Or just a regular fried egg?
just regular
Yeah.
Mal-
Boo.
malasado
Fried egg.
or like sunny side up as it's
No,
called.
boo.
which is nice.
Have you
That's not
tried
bad.
Rodix sushi?
We've.
Not Rodix.
Oh my god.
So for people who are not from the U, oh no, they're just everywhere now, right? Rodix is everywhere now.
It's kind of ubiquitous. Rodix is kind of everywhere.
Let's spell it out.
RODIC.
I think the
No,
guy
C, just C.
Just
C, yeah.
Just
I think
apostrophe.
the owner of the place is called Rodic or something.
Roderick. I
Or
assume.
Roderick, yeah. It's like the short.
Yeah, it started in.
UP.
Actually, I'm not sure if it started in UP
It's in
or
UP Mall. In the UP Mall in that
not
thing.
in the corner of near.
I know what you're talking about.
Maginhawa.
Not that. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
inside the UP book.
I know that, but is it not the other one, which is the first one?
That was the first one because it was like they were serving. I remember going there in college and they were serving it inside on the second floor of that.
It's first and second. No, but yeah, I know how that's old.
Yeah.
But also that's like some of my friends
Say that the other one was first.
no, like we're eating there in like the 80s and stuff. So it's really old, that one. But I don't know if the first one is
It's possible.
because that is also isn't new.
The bottom
So-
line is like, it's
there,
really,
it's
really good.
UP area, and it used to be the cheapest I bought from there, which is like our college
the
time
day.
would be 40 pesos.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, and whenever they had it in our school, it's 45. They had an extra 5 for conyo tax. I don't know.
Yeah, but it was really, really good. Really, really
Now
cheap.
it's 100
Yeah, it's so expensive.
and it's less.
Yeah, much
That's
smaller.
My friends, like every time I complain about it, it's like, I started this when this was 14. It was like when I was in college, it was 20, and like okay.
Oh.
So 10 years before, it was like 20.
This
Yeah,
is
I think
very-
I've been there. The
I
one
think-
outside UP.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No,
it's
no, the
already
one-
80 pesos.
Yeah, I think you were with me.
But yeah, I was with.
Funnily enough, does Rodix have corned beef? I don't think so. I don't remember
yeah,
eating.
They do.
Oh, they do? Okay. Because I don't remember
corned
eating.
beef silog. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I never order it because like I ordered the tapa and then I ordered the bacon silog.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why did I go to? We went to Rodix because the way they
egg-
cook their egg
Egg
is
is very nice.
it's like a bath
Yeah.
vat of vat even in.
they-
It's a
they
vat
just
of
put it
oil
there,
and
then they
just
put it there.
oil.
Then we rescue the egg afterwards, and the egg
So
is
it's like the
never
Gacha
same.
Plook.
Yeah.
Gacha
Plok.
Plook.
It's Gisa Plook.
It's
Gisa
clap.
Gisa Plook.
Yeah, plak, plak, plak. But yeah, so is there anything similar that you guys like grew up like for?
That's
'cause for
weird.
me- that-
Uh,
or basic, where
Yeah,
people
yeah.
would say it's
Hearty.
basic.
Basic but hearty.
I mean, I'm just like give me tender juicy with a lot of mayonnaise and I'm happy.
Mm. That's the thing.
Tender
I think.
juicy.
It's like,
fried.
Tender juicy hot dogs is like
oh, do you
I mean,
do you know
I
anybody that
mean-
doesn't
Mhm.
fry their?
No. I mean, I like fried tender juicy, but the hot dogs they sell in bus stops.
the one
It-
that's
Yeah, the rolling hot
The one
dogs.
that's cut in a certain way so that it stretches.
I don't mind. It's fine.
Oh, really?
I don't care. But
I really love those bus stop
More.
hot dogs more than regular fried.
Is
oh
it
tender
wow.
because-
juicy. I don't know why.
But isn't that the one that's cut, right?
No.
There
It's
are, but
it's in a rolling thing. It's
Machine?
essentially in a griddle with rollers.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too.
automatic
So it's
Okay.
rollers,
perpetually
That too.
rolled. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. That
So it's
I
very
don't
even.
know why it tastes different than regular fried
It's
tender.
not fried, so it's
Grilled?
no
Is it?
oil.
It's not grilled.
No, it's
though.
technically it's a griddle,
Uh-huh.
and they do splash oil on it.
They slow cook it, I guess.
It's not
Slowly
slow,
roll
it's-
it. It's slowly
They
rolling.
let it. Oh, I know why. Because they let it absorb all the oil,
Oil.
it needs. Because yeah, for
Yeah.
people who are, I mean, everyone's familiar with hot dog stand, hot dogs. But if you're not that familiar with how it's, because you normally go there and it's ready, so they just put it on the bun and give it to you, right? Like that's
Mhm.
the normal transaction. But if you're like a everyday hot dog eater like me during college,
Oh.
because like for the first X years, that was all I could afford. A hot dog sandwich a day, which was 25 pesos then for a hot
Mhm.
dog sandwich.
Mhm.
You know this. This is the one
Yeah.
downstairs in the cafeteria. And they let you put the mayonnaise and the ketchup. So I put as much mayonnaise there as hot dog. And that's where I get all my fat. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, that's what all I ate before for like years until I switched to just fish balls because fish balls were just 12 pesos. Kiss King of Balls was the name of the store, and you buy rice for 6 pesos because cafeteria rice was surprisingly cheap. So 18 pesos I get, no, 24 pesos I get two rice. And they also let you
And
put
then
as
fish
much
balls.
sweet sauce as you want.
On
So
the
it's
fish
like
ball.
yeah.
On the rice, on the
So it's
rice.
three. It's
No, you
three
put it on the
squid
rice.
ball.
You put the
on
sauce on the
rice.
rice.
Oh.
You don't
So
put
it's
it
like
on.
three squid ball
That's
size balls and then
Mhm.
two full rice. That's my everyday meal.
That's the
before.
secret of the cheap fat person.
Yeah.
You don't put the sauce in the food.
Yeah,
You put
that's-
it on the
Viand,
rice.
it's other.
Yeah. Yes. Putting sauce in the food is like amateur hour.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You need to
see.
get your gains up, sushi. But yeah, that corned beef, hot dogs, spam. Does anybody here like have a soft spot for spam?
I did.
Spam or maling?
I did for both, but now I like the latte,
I-
the Korean
Oh, Korean.
because
spam
it's
latte.
cheap. Because it's cheaper or because you just like it more.
I like it more.
Wow, that's
Mm.
surprising. Because I buy that most of the time. Because
It's cheaper?
Because spam is so expensive.
How much is spam now?
100, almost
200?
190.
But if you're thinking
Ah.
about price, why don't you buy maling? Maling isn't
Because
maling
maling
cheaper?
is not as
Chicken
good.
now.
It isn't.
Chicken now.
It isn't
Yeah.
as good
Yeah, it's not as good.
because it's different.
I actually don't remember if it was good before. It's just no, maling is horse meat.
It
according
was,
to
it
everyone.
was pork.
No.
That was
now
that's
it's
the joke.
chicken.
but
It
for-
was pork.
the
It
thi-
was
the-
pork.
Yeah, there you go.
The funny thing is, growing up, maling was always not cooked. Not
I ate
always, but
maling raw. Yeah,
it's yeah. You cut it, then you put it on white bread sandwich with mayonnaise.
mayonnaise. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I
did
have
not
to
cooked.
try
It's
that.
not like you don't fry it.
We did that. Yeah, my grandma. Is that?
It's a
oh, well, yeah, it's
Chinese thing.
maling. Literally, it's a
It's a
Chinese thing.
Chinese thing.
I had to ask. Yeah. My grandma does it that way.
And it's
She
nice.
adds stuff like she makes
Mahu?
it. No, like tuna. No, not tuna. Like
Liver spread.
actual fish.
Oh, okay.
Like
Anchovies?
shred shred
okay.
like
Mhm.
I don't know what fish is.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Maybe
I could
Shredded
never name fish.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shredded fish.
The same fish that she would put in lugaw.
Huh.
It's like the Delis type.
Dilis? Yeah.
Delis
No,
type fish.
big fish but
Oh,
you
bigger
just
fish. Oh, okay.
shred,
okay.
yeah,
Is
just
it-
shred the
Is
pieces.
it dried?
No, like-
it's not dried fish.
Just a
Fried.
fried fish.
Yeah.
It's weird, I know, but
Galunggong.
But
Galunggong.
there's a
Possibly.
texture. It's
The
there's a
lagang bukid.
texture. There's a texture for maling that's like very similar to bread.
Uh-huh.
So when you bite into it, am I biting bread or am I biting maling?
so it's a pleasant surprise.
It's a
So
pleasant
there's
surprise.
A,
Like, yeah.
it's tasty. So
and
it's
then
not
there's like the
good.
fat of the mayo going through. But for
To
me,
be fair, it's probably like you could probably remove the mayo from that sandwich. The maling from that sandwich, and I'll be okay with it.
that's
Mayo
true.
and bread.
Mayo is. I'm just like mayo. Give me mayo.
Mayo is really really nice.
A lot of people hate mayo, but
Well, what brand of mayo?
mayo.
QP?
No,
Ladies'
the cheap
choice?
one, the cheapest one you can find. No, ladies' choice. Not. Wait, I get confused. Is it mayo magic that's good and real mayonnaise is bad? I forgot which.
Mayo
is which.
magic is tastier.
Yeah, the real mayo is the.
It's okay.
It's okay,
Mayo-
but
mayo
it's
is
mayo
okay.
magic that we use.
Yeah, mayo magic.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is like for some reason
I buy that
so
in tubs
tasty.
right now.
It's
Mayo
a-
Magic, is that a brand?
No, it's a type of ladies' choice.
Ah.
Which one do you use at home?
QP.
Oh wow!
QP is expensive.
Well, I do
but
also have
it's-
ladies' choice.
But QP is much sweeter. So it's like for certain applications, it's not really the best. It's great for sandwiches, but adding something of sweetness. But if you're like putting it on something that you're gonna be cooking
Uh-huh.
or frying, it's like
Oh no, you
want-
can't use that for cooking.
No, it's
At all.
Yeah,
It's good for
I've never
salads,
tried
I
that.
guess.
yeah, very
Mm,
much
salad.
so. Yeah, it's
For
great.
what? For what?
Salads.
Yeah,
QP is great for salads.
I'd rather put 3 times as much anything
Yeah.
else.
Just, just swimming in.
yeah.
But there's like
that's
this
me. But
because
that's
there's
me.
a mayo application.
mayo
if-
application
for a dish hot salad.
uh-huh. Hot
Uh,
salad.
hot prawn salad.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's
Oh.
hot prawn salad.
I
So
don't like
you-
hot prawn, unfortunately.
okay.
I never like prawn salads. My mom makes it. Everyone in the
The
family
breaded
likes
one,
it.
right? Breaded prawn.
I don't know.
So it's breaded.
I never like
fruit
seafood as a thing.
cocktail. Okay, so you can also make it with pork. So you bread the pork.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you
Breaded
bread the pork. Get fruit cocktail,
Uh-huh.
mayonnaise.
Uh-huh.
So you deep fry the pork and then bring it out, and you mix fruit cocktail mayonnaise with the fried pork, and it's this creamy sauce that's like a little bit of cream and a little bit of mayonnaise, and then you mix it all up. It's
Yeah,
like
well, now that you say it, I always say I don't like seafood, but creamy dory is, yeah,
creamy.
creamy dory. It's
Creamy
probably
dory.
because it's swimming in mayonnaise.
Isn't that called escabeche or something?
The creamy dory?
Isn't it?
That's what they call it in drinking places. Like you order your bucket of beer and your creamy dory.
A creamy
So,
dory is that it's a type of
Creamy-
fish. It's a type of fish.
dory
the
is
dory.
a type of
Creamy
fish.
dory.
Yeah, they just call it creamy. But
Yeah.
the thing
No, but the
that's
specific way of cooking it, which is grilled in foil with mayonnaise.
yeah, that's really nice.
It's
It's because it's sweet and salty.
yeah.
But just like that, that's this amazing dish that I've never eaten, but apparently I've eaten when like throughout my entire life, was apparently a cultural dish of the Samoans. So which kind of like
Is it
Oh,
big-
what was
is
it
it
again?
is that why you've grown to Samoan sizes?
that is actually a very real possibility.
Yeah,
Because if you
just
eat
eating.
if you just eat
If you
corned
eat
beef
like
and
them,
rice,
hey,
Ah.
if you eat like a sumo wrestler, then you probably
it's
anyway,
called Kaleve Pisupo.
Kaleve
I want to
Pisupo.
try actual
like
yeah.
actual Samoa. Well,
Samoan.
I'll call up Roman Reigns and The Rock and like, hey Roman, hey Rocky boy,
Yeah.
Dwayne,
yeah.
DJ, that's what they call it. Anyway, that's our show. Thanks for listening to the Random Pinoy Geek podcast. This has been JR with Sushi and Elvin. And remember, it's okay to geek out as long as you know when to stop.